just shut my mouth and let you talk, and which is great. And I brought her in 'cause we wanted a female to interview. It makes sense for us.
I'm going to do, I think I'll take these water bottles off the edge.
Do you love your Google Glass?
I do enjoy it because when
You
I
do?
it, yeah.
Made me dizzy.
Oh, well, I'm not reading a bunch of things. I'm actually
Yeah.
using it to film.
Oh,
So let's see. When I'm talking to you, I'm probably going to get half. So we'll get some cool angles. Something to know when you swivel
yeah. Oh, don't move.
might make them dizzy.
Okay, I can't sit still. So
Oh, okay. So that's something to note, Jason, that we'll get a normal chair because swivels
Yeah.
are kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say hello. Hi, I'm Jolene Zhang, and today's interview is sponsored by Startup Bellevue, and we are in the offices of WebTuner. Now, right beside me, you know what I forgot to say? Jason Allen, and I want to give you some credit. Okay. Hi, I'm Jolene Zhang, and this interview is sponsored by Startup Bellevue, led by Jason Allen, and beside me is Bernie Strom. You may not recognize her face, but you certainly will know the companies that she's represented. So she was the founder of Priceline and past president of Priceline, as well as the CEO of the big one that I remember. It is,
Gemstar?
no, the other one that's big deal.
InfoSpace?
Yes, thank you. Oh, gosh. Unbelievable. InfoSpace. And right now, she's a co-founder and CEO of WebTuner, and that's where we're in the offices right now. So you have kind of a curious startup here in terms of you got into it through math. Tell us about that.
Well, I didn't get into this startup through
Sure.
math. I went back to technology through math. But I started my career as a college professor of mathematics, which I thought I'd be forever.
For and ever and ever. And
Forever and ever.
What took you astray and kept you going somewhere
Well,
else?
New York City, I taught at City University of New York, and New York City had a very bad fiscal crisis. And
You went to go rescue them.
I know, I got stuck in that mess. And since I didn't have tenure, I no longer had a job. I was very young then, even younger than I am now.
Oh, gosh, hard to imagine.
And so my husband was finishing his residency, and he had an opportunity in California. So we moved to California, and I thought people with great credentials would get jobs teaching, and there were positions teaching, but there were no tenure tracks. So I went back to school and got an MBA at UCLA.
And then where?
And shifted my career from academics to business.
So when did you start getting into the startup? When did you get that? Ooh, I must get in.
Well, after business school, I worked as a consultant for Deloitte, and then I was recruited out of there to go and try to save the Los Angeles Herald-Examiner newspaper, which I loved, and I was there for 7 years until the Hearst decided to close it. And around that time, one of my business school classmates came to me with an idea for a product on paper, and I became a founder of a company called Gemstar, which created 2 products that you'd know about. One was VCR Plus, where we use little code numbers to program your VCR, because nobody could program it.
Still can't, but
Still
yeah.
can. And our other product was one you've used every day for the last 20 plus years, which is the electronic program guide, the grid guide that everybody uses. So we were known for those particular products. So then I went back from business into kind of tech. That was my first startup.
So when did you start just craving, I need more technology, I want to be with these inventions? What spiraled from there?
Well, after that, since I was traveling all over the world for Gemstar, I'd never had the right files with me. So those were the days of luggable computers. I wouldn't call them portables. So I had a file at the office, a file at home, and the file on my luggable, and there's never the right file. So we created a company to create synchronization. So if you synchronized your, today, your phone to your PC, you're probably using some of our code. We sold that company. And then,
By the way, when was that? Because I'm thinking
Way
Dropbox
long
now,
ago.
but that was so before
this
its
was,
time.
yes, this was like 1993 or so, and 94. And then, what did I do it next? After that, I became the CEO of a company called USA Digital Radio, which today is called HD Radio. We invented in-band on-channel high-definition radio. So they're mostly in cars today. It was a partnership of Westinghouse, CBS, and Gannett, all radio station owners. And from there, I went to Priceline. I became the CEO of Walker Digital and its first spin out, which was Priceline.